Welcome back, everyone. This is Thomas Triple T Ty with another new bullish crypto analysis. Before we dig in, when you find value in this video at any time, feel free to smash the like, ring my bell, hit subscribe, or leave your thoughts in the comment section. Let's dig in and take a look at Bitcoin on the daily chart. Last time we were on this chart was on the 1st of March, right around here, when this white candle was still below or within the symmetrical triangle. Since then, it has broken above, and that's bullish. And in the last couple days, it's dropped back down. Before I created the video today, Bitcoin, this current red daily candle, was actually riding just above the symmetrical triangle resistance line. This white dash line here, it was riding above it, just above it. And since I started creating this content, it dropped back into the triangle. So that's bearish at this point. Additionally, there was a double bottom pattern that was formed. I didn't show this on the last video, but it formed, and Bitcoin broke above the neckline, and that neckline right there is a marker for if it breaks above it, that's bullish, and it could rally to the more. But if it breaks, can't sustain it and breaks to the downside, that becomes bearish, and it did that. It wicked above it and then went down. So we have two bearish conditions there. Additionally, the wick here on the 2nd of March, it went into the bull market support band here, this gray area. That's descending. It went into it and then bounced back down. So that's a third bearish indicator. The other one is when it in this area here, that's at the top of the Bollinger Band. Here's the top, here's the basis, and here's the bottom. It's near the top. It almost touched the very top, which signified that it's overbought. And so if it was more bullish, the top Bollinger Band and the bottom would have opened wider, and the daily candle would have traveled along that line upward. But the top of the Bollinger Band pretty much stayed, and then it bounced against it and downward. So another somewhat bearish situation there. Now down, let's see here. What else do we have? It is above, it's still above the 50-day moving average, which is positive, but it's trending downward, and we'll see what it does. So this, also there's this horizontal reddish line here. That's the resistance line that was marked, D94 here. It's below that now, and the next support level is this green dash line at D95. And that's roughly at 42.6 is the next support line. And the red dash line here was 44. So now it's back within that range and dropping pretty fast from the look of it. Okay, let's go down into the with these indicators and see. The white J line of the KDJ is curving down. It was previously going up at a pretty steep slope. I mentioned in the last video that it might round off because it was at such an extreme high of 107, and it did do that. It rounded from 107 to 101 and sloping slightly downward, and the other lines are leveling off as well. However, it's still above the 80 mark here, and it's near the top, so it's got a lot of room to move. That's why I gave it a bear and a crab, because it could still go sideways, but it looks like it might be trending downward some more. So for the MACD, the white MACD line continues to trend up right here, this white line, but it's sloping less. It went from a negative 141 to 550 above the red signal line and printing the fourth bullish histogram bar. This bar earlier, before I did this video, it was actually white. So it's amazing how much Bitcoin can change on the daily chart as I'm preparing for these videos and content. So that's why I gave it. I still give it a bull here, but it might be a bull and a crab really, because it could change quickly here based on the how fast Bitcoin's moving. Down for the RSI line, the red line here. It's trending down slightly from 59 to 56.7. At least that's the number that was when I last looked at it before this drop here. The Aqua CVD line trended down slightly from 815,844 to 1,812,641, and gave that a bear and a crab. Again, these numbers were when I was preparing for this chart, not what it is now. The white mom line or momentum indicator, it was trending up at the time, and it just bent flat right here, and it was trending from 3,338 to 6,770, and like from that point when I was preparing this, it's down now to 5,430. It's incredible, but anyways, that's how Bitcoin works. So yeah, so very I gave it a bear and a crab because it's trending bearish, and like just within the last 20 minutes is even more bearish now. So it's more bearish than it is a crab. So I would really remove the crab from here right now, but I'm just gonna leave it because it's already there. Let's take a look at the heat map and see. Here's the heat map. You can see the movement down here this morning. The market opened right around let's see, 6:30 Pacific Standard Time, which is back here somewhere. Wow, how things change so quickly. So 6:30. Here's 6:30 here, March the 3rd. Market opened right here. This is Pacific Standard Time. Market open. It was kind of moving up and down. It moved down first, then up, and then down, and then slowly it's just been trending downward. I mentioned earlier in a tweet that there was more downward pressure. So no, I'm not surprised that it trended down. Additionally, the stock market opened higher than it closed yesterday, but since it's been trending down also. So there's downward pressure there. So in summary, it looks like Bitcoin is doing a bit of a trend down, and multiple indicators are showing that. And currently it's at 42.4K roughly, 0.5K. And that's pretty low for the last few days. So it'll be curious to see how it trends. I think it's going to trend down. In a tweet, I mentioned that there is a tendency of a pattern that it might drop back down into the recent range. Let me see if I can pull that up for you before we wrap up here. If you're not on my following me on Twitter, feel free to follow. I do quick updates there where I don't have as much time for long videos. Videos are great for long forms. Where is that tweet? Here it is. Show you. So here's that tweet right here. You see this pattern here, and this is on the daily chart. Bitcoin, you can see this yellow line here and this other yellow line below. that's where it's been tending to ride. When it's at the top, it rides along this line, and that's roughly around 43.6, 43.7 down below, and this is around 37.5 or so. So it was up here, came down here, and then rode along, consolidated along here, bounced back up, rode along here, bounced back down, rode along here, bounced back up, and it was right here, and now it's trending downward. So, and I mentioned that more than likely it'll retest, statistically speaking, it'll retest down to here and consolidate around here. The time frame is roughly around 1 to 2 weeks. Like these longer periods, that's about 2 weeks. These shorter periods right here, that's about 1 week. So statistically speaking, it's probably going to do that. But it hasn't put in, it's only put in one, basically 2 days here. So it hasn't been 7 days yet, and it's dropping already. And part of that reason is it could be because even though Russians are still trading rubles for Bitcoin and USDT, because of visas abiding by sanctions, they're not allowing those banks' customers over in Russia to use the debit cards with Visa or MasterCard logos to be able to transfer fiat currencies from their Russian bank accounts to buy Bitcoin, etc. And this was recent news as of yesterday with Binance. So that may have an impact. But I looked at it earlier. The volume is still higher than average, but it is decreasing though. So I'll show that in the next video later today. So appreciate your time. Let me feel free to smash the like, ring my bell, hit subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments if you found value. Appreciate it. I'll see you in the next video later. Take care. Peace.